Hey guys, welcome back to the channel and happy start of 2025, a fresh brand new year and the year to manifest all your goals, all your list of manifestations, anything you want, all your life vision goals. So if that's even the right way to phrase that, but you know what I mean, your list. You can even use the list method. I have a whole video about that, but this is the year to get everything you want and we're going to start fresh. Remind you guys of repetition, persistence, those key principles, how everything works. Keep it simple, keep it concise, and keep you guys on track. That's always the goal with these videos, to remind you how simple and easy manifesting can be. This can absolutely be applied to your specific person, but like I said, any goals that you have that you want to achieve in life, this video is going to help with that. So stay tuned to hear everything. If you are a returning viewer, then I do hope you are subscribed. If you do enjoy my content or you're new to this video and you enjoy this video in particular, it would mean a lot to me and it would really help the YouTube algorithm if you subscribe to my channel. Also, if you like the video, you don't have to, but you can leave a comment if there's something you'd like to share or any feedback, or I love engaging with you guys and seeing your comments under my videos. On screen I will pop my coaching offers because of course I get new viewers constantly, and anyone who might be interested currently in coaching with me, there's quite a few different offers you can get. A few things are on screen right now, and in the description box is going to be my website where you can book all the coaching packages, and you can also become a member. That is going to be the most affordable way to get a little extra content and support from me. The join button will be below the screen as well to become a member. So yeah, without further ado, let's get into it. So when it comes to repetition and persistence, those are the two key things that you need to get your manifestation. Without those, it's unlikely that you will be able to turn things around. Or if it's a very simple, easy manifestation, then obviously this doesn't apply as much. It's still obviously going to be important and you should aim to do that. But yeah, obviously if we're talking about, finding or receiving $10 or £10, whatever dollars came to mind, getting a free cup of coffee, I'm not talking about the smaller things. Like I said, the big life goals, the big life achievements that you guys want, that's on your bucket list, that's your dream life, those kind of things. It does take repetition and persistence. And if you are starting from a negative old story, then it's even more important because your mind will not conform immediately. It does take time. So if you're starting from a negative story, obviously, you need to build that up day by day to get rid of it, to break down those assumptions, the negative beliefs tied to those negative past experiences. And that's how your own mind is going to conform. The 3D will conform because it has to reflect what you assume. But yeah, just remember that for anything where you're starting with something negative, like an argument, a breakup, when it comes to an SP, or what else, just anything really, anything where perhaps you haven't achieved something or you failed at something the first time you tried it and you want to manifest that it works the next time, you're coming from a negative old story where there is something that already exists that isn't necessarily positive. Just remind yourself that it's totally normal and okay for that to take time. So I know some coaches don't agree with this or people might push back, but I don't care. I'm here to give you guys realistic, everyday advice of how to incorporate it as a normal human, and things that, I've also struggled with in the past with manifesting. It's not realistic for you to have a 180 shift overnight. And like I said, it ties into the negative old story. If you're coming from something negative, if you're coming from a lack, and it's to you a really emotionally connected, important, significant achievement in your life, the chances of you manifesting it and having this instant 180 shift overnight in 24 hours, yes, it's possible. Anything is possible. And if you put in the right amount of effort and focus, of course, you can change your beliefs and assumptions very, very quickly. But it's unrealistic to expect, oh yeah, I'll start affirming for my SP who, broke up with me by text last week, and tomorrow morning, they're gonna profess their love for me and, constantly call and message me. It's okay if it takes a couple days or even a couple weeks. That's completely fine and completely normal. So don't put the pressure on yourself or expect that it has to happen overnight. It's unrealistic, so understand that it takes time to build up your mindset, to build up your belief and your new assumptions, and for other people to conform as well. It's okay, you're building it up day by day. And let's say even if it's 72 hours, that is an extremely quick, successful manifestation. And likewise, whether you have a negative old story or, just in general, we all have some negative beliefs and some limitations in our mind. Your conscious mind will still bring up logical thoughts, will still bring up, something negative or question or doubt your new reality. That is completely normal. So understand and accept that your conscious mind will still bring up logic, the old version, things from the past, maybe where things haven't worked out, whether it's with a specific person or a job or something internally within yourself. It's normal to have some questions or doubt. Your conscious mind, your ego, they are trying to protect you and use intellect and rational thinking, which is totally normal. So just remember that you just use your mental diet, you push past it, you don't accept that. Know that it's normal. Those thoughts will come up. Even if it's just, sporadically every now and again, and it's not super frequent, maybe your mindset is really, really good right now, it's still going to come up a little bit. So just be prepared for that and know that with a mental diet, that's how you counteract it. And like I said, repetition and persistence. Don't think, I'm having a bad day, or I'm reminded of what SP said to me the last time we spoke, and therefore, I'm spiraling, it's going to be so hard, I feel like it's not going to work. Those things don't matter. They can't stop you. You need to put in the mental effort to push past them. So the way repetition actually works is it's going to be creating the shifts in your own subconscious mind. It's always you that is conforming, and you are at the center of what is changing. Your thoughts, the things you believe. It's not that you're necessarily changing a person and conforming everything that they do and think, or everyone else around you. It starts with you and your own thoughts. So the repetition is literally going to change your beliefs. It like I said, it can be subtle. Coming from anything negative and you're not used to thinking positively, then yes, it does take that time to build up, but your subconscious is listening and starting to shift and conform. So it's all about building up those habits, those new positive thought patterns where you're applying a mental diet, you're being aware, you're being very, is cognizant the right word? That came to mind, it might not be, but you're just very self-aware. You recognize and put in the effort to focus on the quality of your thoughts, pick up on what triggers you, where you might be spiraling, what is bringing up negative, doubtful thoughts, and what are those thoughts actually like? Is there a theme? You just make a point, an intention to be aware, to put in that effort throughout the day as best as you can, and it doesn't have to be perfect, but you catch those thoughts, because changing your thought patterns, the assumptions you have, and the way you naturally and automatically think, again, it doesn't change overnight. You cannot just click your fingers, unfortunately, and say, oh yeah, my mind doesn't think that way anymore. I only think positively. I only think as if I'm in my dream reality. The conscious intellectual mind isn't going to just accept that, as it is. It takes time to build up, and those positive thought patterns will shift. I've seen it in my own life. I know you guys sometimes ask for my own feedback. Things that I see as well is sometimes I just know when I decide I'm not going to bring up certain topics to people, or at least not to not continuously, or to a large in a high number of conversations, don't tell all my friends or all my family, all these negative things, or that I'm feeling anxious, or what if this happens, what if that happens. Sometimes I just think, what? This is something I really don't want in my reality, so I'm not even going to speak to people about it. I'm going to manifest it, resolve it. I just know, okay, I've asked one friend for advice. I'm not going to keep bringing it up because it's going to keep it in my reality. It's all these little things that I just pick up on now. I recognize what sometimes leads to a negative manifestation or negative thinking. I'm quite good at picking up on the root of those things and knowing, like, day to day, okay, I'm not going to say this, I'm not going to do that, because I know how manifestation works, but it takes time to build up, and that's okay. And when it comes to persisting, no matter what your 3D reality shows, you keep going. If you want your desire, if it's positive, if you know it's going to make you happy, if it's a life goal and it's just something you want and you're working towards, if you persist and just push past whatever the 3D shows you, use your mental focus when I say push past, so mental diet, looping, persisting with manifesting it, continuing to consciously manifest every single day, then you are creating the result you want. You are manifesting and building up, adding 1%, 1%, 1% until you get to 100% and your manifestation is fully yours. So if you allow the 3D reality to create a negative cycle and allow you to spiral and start questioning what's going on, and constantly mentally reacting and having this roller coaster of an experience and not taking control of your thoughts and trying to shift them around, then you're constantly going to react. You're going to have these spiraling moments. You're going to elongate the whole process of manifestation. So no matter what the 3D reality shows, you can choose to reframe it, ignore it, keep persisting. And likewise, if your own thoughts and in your own mind you're wavering, your 3D reality has to reflect that. It also has to waver. It also has to show you good and bad. Same with an SP. The SP will have to speak to you and behave in a way that's also wavering back and forth. The new story, but then the old version, the new story, but then the old version, because it's what your thoughts are focusing on. I also want to point out that if you're not seeing results, it doesn't mean your manifestation isn't coming together. You are creating results. Like I said, it does build up and it's very intangible. It's usually something internal, not something you can necessarily see or experience straight away, but you have to trust that that's how manifesting works and look back on all the other things you will have manifested consciously or without realizing. So not seeing those results in front of you does not at all mean that it isn't happening. So yeah, my final point of advice for this video is that the mind does need time and repetition to accept the new beliefs. It cannot just instantly shift and, we'd all be living in a utopia where within 24 hours we have everything we've ever wanted. If that was the case, it takes time, you need to build it up, but just know that with repetition and persisting, your mind is going to accept what you're focusing on, your affirmations, your manifestation, and bring that into your reality. So yeah, just keep that in mind and keep going, because you guys, you've got this. You can do it. Manifestation works for anyone. You just need to put in the effort. So I hope this was a great motivational, fun video for you guys. If you enjoyed, please do thumbs up, subscribe, turn on that notification bell, and I'll see you next time. Bye.